on the Buda side of the river right now, and the hills are a little too intense over here for me, so I'm going to head down closer to the river and check out some good spots to longboard. So now I'm at Varos Mayor. If you're trying to Google it, it's spelled like Varos Major. My wife hates it when I do that, pronouncing things super American style. Anyway, this is like a kind of, I don't know, it's not cobblestones, but it's like pavers or something. And it's fine if you have a longboard with beefy wheels, but I just use it to get to the next station. This is probably the sketchiest bit, but I've got a helmet on, and there is technically a bike path here. You just gotta watch out for cars, because the bike path is just the side of the main street here, as you can see. But it is super nice because this is all downhill all the way to the river. Mostly downhill. They're really more like guidelines. I'm not in that much of a rush. I waited for the streetlights. Whoa. It's pretty quiet right now. Because it has a dedicated bike lane, so you don't have to fight with pedestrians. But let's see how far it goes. Grab a snack before I head to the park on the island. no cars because only buses are allowed in here and taxis. And it's just steep enough to get you going, but not too crazy. The rest of the island is a huge maze of different pathways, and then there's this main road going through. Like a bird sanctuary or something. There's like some other rooms and stuff in here for like these little guys. Hello. I don't even know what these are. They look like little deer. I was going stir crazy at home today, so decided to get out, take my longboard out. It's kind of funny. One of the first things I tell people usually if they ask me like, oh, what do you like to do? For the longest time it was, oh, I love to longboard. And I would still tell people that even when it had been like over a year since the last time I brought it out. So this last year, that was one of my resolutions, you might say, is that I'm actually going to get out and longboard more. And I have. I've gone at least like, I don't know, once a month. So it's better than nothing. And I do love it, man. It's just so freaking chill and just like, yeah, it's nice to just cruise around. And yeah, you don't need to make a video about it, but it's good to do things that take you away from the everyday worries of life just for a little bit. I think it's healthier for me than scrolling on my phone, which I do plenty of. And yeah, it's good for a laugh every once in a while, but it doesn't make me actually feel better. But this is definitely a mood booster. Another one of those things, at least that I tell myself, not necessarily other people, but that I tell myself I like to do is to meditate. And when I first heard about it, it sounded like, I don't know, like mysterious or something. And then it became kind of a fad, and then now it's like backed by science that it's good for you. I think all those things can be true. But for me, it's honestly just like, it's good to slow down, even if your mind is loud. Letting it have all kinds of random thoughts, and then focusing on stuff like your breathing. That's a classic one. And for me, I don't think I've gotten to that point where it's like life-changing or anything, but yesterday my wife asked me to join her for a 10-minute meditation, and the general message, along with just, paying attention to your breathing and stuff, was to think about something that you're grateful for, classic, okay, but then also to think about something that you've done for someone else that was selfless. It's like, okay, that's cool. And then another one was, what has someone done for you that made you feel good? That was, them showing love to you. And I think it is good to focus on those things, especially when life is busy or uncertain, money problems, don't know what you want to do with your life. I don't know. I'm 32, I still haven't figured it out. Don't worry about it. But yeah, just taking a moment to think about those things without judgment is difficult, because I like to analyze things. Even when I think of myself as doing something selfless, I think about, oh, what am I getting out of it? So is it really selfish because I feel good about it? I'm like, okay, I don't know if it really matters that much. Maybe it does. Could be wrong. But I think the world would be a better place if we all did more of that, regardless of thinking about ourselves, feeling good about it or not. This reminds me of another conversation that we had recently, well, over the last year or two. It's just the idea that people are searching for or desire to be relevant. Short form videos, everyone's talking about Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and the attention of people being the commodity, always being sold to. I think on one of them I was flipping through some reels and I noticed that I had an ad, I had a random video, and then I had another ad immediately after that. Normally it's ad, video, 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 ad. But this time it was just one after the other, and I was just like, well, every other one. And it just made me think about what I subject myself to and what I put into my brain is what I'm going to think about. So maybe I should just put less crap in there. That's already going to be a win. The other thing was, who gives a crap what I think about anything? So when I thought about that, like, why should anybody watch me? Aren't I doing the same thing? Just striving for relevance, or to be appreciated, or to be acknowledged. Then yeah, all of us do have something worth sharing. You do, I do. And it might be different things. That's great, because there's 8 billion of us on this planet, each person with a different perspective, different history, a different way of looking at things, and I won't say all of those are valid, because I think that some ways of looking at things are not valid if they are hurting other people, for example. But if you're doing your own thing, trying to live the best life you can, it's not hurting people, and you are in fact trying to make it better in some way, then yeah, I think the world would be a better place. Oh yeah, the other thing is that you don't need to strive for relevance. You're already relevant. You exist. It's a freaking miracle that you exist right now. Like, there's this song by Sleeping at Last where he's just like, how great and beautiful it is to even exist. And I always think about that, like, frequently, at least every week, because the world, the creator, if you believe in the creator, the universe, if you don't, whatever, my point is that the fact that you are even here listening to this is already a miracle. The atoms that were used to create you and just decide to stay together every day, it's insanity. When you zoom into the microscopic details of our makeup as humans, it's amazing. But there's even anything around us that we can see color, and it's amazing.